Hi guys, Spurs here, back with another video, and in today's video I'll be telling you about the postponement of the North London derby tomorrow, when I'll be reading you the club's statement and also get my reaction. I hope you're all well. Let's crack straight into today's video. This video is obviously unexpected, but the game's been announced being postponed over an hour ago. So here's the Spurs official club statement. Premier League statement, Spurs vs Arsenal. The Premier League has released the following statement regarding our Premier League match against Arsenal, scheduled for Sunday the 16th of January, 4:30pm at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is tomorrow. Premier League statement. Following a request from Arsenal FC, the Premier League board met today and regrettably agreed to postpone the club's away fixture against Tottenham Hotspur, due to be played at 4:30 on Sunday 6th of January. With Arsenal having fewer than the required number of players available for the match, 13 outfield players and one goalkeeper, the board accepted the club's application. The decision is a result of a combination of COVID-19 existing and recent injuries and players on international duty at the Africa Cup of Nations. All clubs are able to apply for a postponement if COVID-19 infections are a factor in their request. The Premier League apologises for the inconvenience and disruption caused to supporters who would have attended or watched the game. We are fully aware that postponements disappoint clubs and fans. The league aims to provide as much clarity as possible, but unfortunately postponements sometimes have to be made at short notice, as safety is our priority. Where possible, the league will endeavour to keep supporters updated if games become a risk. The Premier League's postponement rules are designed to protect the well-being of players and staff while maintaining the sports integrity of the competition. Club requests are assessed on a case-by-case basis based on existing rules and adapting COVID-19 postponement guidance implemented on light of the Omicron variant. The board examines a number of factors, including the ability of a club to field a team, the status, sensitivity and potential impact of COVID-19, and the availability of players to safely prepare for and play the match. The detail within all applications is scrutinised by the league's specialist staff before board makes its decision. So, there's the club statement, and my reaction to it is another game postponed. It's annoying, but personally I'm annoyed. I think Arsenal are finding an excuse, to be honest with you, because obviously they had a day's less rest than that, and they've realised that. But we have injuries, and we have players going away to the South African Cup, and also injuries. I don't believe we have that many more players available. Anyway, it's been cancelled, frustratingly. Does give us a chance for the players to come back, I suppose. But what annoys me at the moment is so many games get postponed. It's sickening and it's annoying. Of course, player safety comes first, and I believe player safety comes first. But here's what I think about it: players. I read a statistic. Only a quarter of the Premier League, across the whole Premier League, players have been vaccinated, which I think is shocking. So both in the 20s and 30s. So before people come out and say about player safety, they are not looking after themselves by not having the COVID vaccine. So I have no sympathy, for example, for today for Arsenal, because I bet none of those players, not many at all, have had a coronavirus COVID-19 vaccination. So yeah, it's alright for the Premier League to say that the safety of players matters. Of course it does, but they're not caring about the safety for themselves. They're being greedy. And I don't believe that the players should get paid at all if they don't get the coronavirus vaccination. That is the problem at the moment, people not having their vaccine. And it comes the same under footballers. It's not one rule for somebody else, and not, it's one rule for all. And I don't think it's fair that players haven't had their vaccine. Postponement's not the answer. I agree with Gary Neville, but I also think that players having their vaccine is vital, whoever it is. So I think a punishment for Arsenal players not having the vaccine should have been the game going ahead. And I think Arsenal are just trying to find excuses because they've had a day's less rest than us, and they've realised, we've got a couple of players injured, but we have lots of players injured as well. And what annoys me is the league table's not accurate at the moment, because some teams have played 22 games and some teams have played 18 games. Look at Burnley. I think they played 16 or 17. It's just ridiculous. It's getting to the point where it's frustrating for us football fans, because football fans now, if you're over 18, you have to go into a Premier League stadium, you have to provide proof of a negative test within the last 48 hours, or proof of a vaccination status, which I've done both. Even though I'm under 18, I provided proof of both, just for my own safety and to prove that I care about it. So they've got the fans bit right, but the players, yes, they're doing COVID tests, but they're not getting vaccinated. So they're putting themselves and other people at risk in and outside football. And what I find shocking is all Premier League clubs, I think, should say no to players going to the South African tournament, because the Omicron variant was really the African variant, which has come from Africa, and you're letting players go from there. So I think it's extremely unsafe, and I think the Premier League and clubs together need to say stopping all players going to from the Premier League going to South African game. And if I was a Premier League, I'd come out and say tomorrow morning, I'll come out and literally put it down explicit. If you have not had a coronavirus vaccination, you will no longer get paid. You have so long to do so. Get on with it. And also, no players are allowed to the South African tournament. That's the problem. The fan safety is done incredibly well with the COVID-19 test and the vaccination. It's really safe to have fans in. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium's 62,000. I think it's 57,000 Boxing Day game I went to against Crystal Palace. It's incredibly safe because you know they've either had a vaccination which keeps them and others safe around them, even though they don't know them, and also a negative COVID test, you're not carrying COVID. And the players haven't had a vaccine and they're allowed to travel to this South African tournament. I think it's ridiculous. I think, the likes of Pep Guardiola or Jordan Henderson can moan about players' welfare. Well, they're responsible for it. Get your vaccine, then come and talk to me. It's ridiculous. Players need to have their vaccine. It's selfish, it's greedy, and I've had enough of it. I'm annoyed that tomorrow's game is postponed. I think Arsenal just find an excuse personally, and their players need to all Premier League players need to get vaccinated. Thank you for watching this video. That's the club statement and also my opinion. Let me know what you think, your reactions to the postponement in the comments below. I say thank you for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. It's unexpected, and I see you next week because we have a game against Wednesday. So you'll see me double header on Wednesday. Thank you guys, and as always, come on you Spurs.